Dr. Meredith with Oregon Sports and Family Chiropractic. We're going to go through a kettlebell deadlift today. We're going to use just one, but sometimes you can use two, so we're just going to do this today. To set up, it's important to get the kettlebell between and have the handle roughly over the mid part of your toes. For some people, their hip anatomy is going to be different, so my setup is going to be about hip width apart. Some people may comfortably be able to perform it in this position. Other times, people are able to get into a sumo position and do that as well if you have the hip mobility. Pelvic and rib cage positioning. I don't want to be too arched through the lower back or too tucked. I want to stay stacked over top of my rib cage. That's going to allow me to engage and properly use my core and stabilize my spine. I'm hinging my hips back and then using my knees to drop down to get the kettlebell. Another thing to think about is our breath and our engagement through our core. So I'm going to be breathing through my abdomen, creating that intra-abdominal pressure to allow my spine to stabilize. So I'm going to put it all together. I'm going to hinge through the hips, use my knees to drop down. As you can see, if I arch or if I tuck and round, I don't want that. I want to stay more neutral through the spine. I'm going to breathe into my abdomen and push away the floor. I reverse it by hinging through my hips and pushing through the floor. Another thing to think about is how we're engaging with the kettlebell itself. I talk about how we want to break the kettlebell. That's going to get us lat engagement through this area. The lat's actually attached to the spine to allow stabilization. So I'm going to put it all together now. So I'm going to hinge through my hips, not allowing my back to arch or round. I want to stay stacked over my rib cage, allowing that hinge, and then I drop down. I'm going to break that handle, break it like you're breaking spaghetti, and then you're going to breathe into your abdomen. You're going to push away the floor and stand up. Reversing it by hinging through the hips, allowing the knees to bend a little bit, but the initial motion is the hinging through the hips.